SGA, and Mitchell.
Yeah, I have the same thing.
Mitchell had an awesome stat season. It's really good. Like 48, 38, 87 splits for him. Like pretty.
And I think he was just so important too. Like
so important, swagger wise.
Yeah, I it was tough between that and Luka. It really was, like, because then I was like, it's not like I'm voting Luka MVP here. The stats are incredible, but yeah.
I couldn't do it. I the way Dallas finished the season, I could not put him on first team. And you know my feeling about losing records in All-NBA. Like, you really have to have a special season for me to even consider you. SGA did not have a winning season, but, the records were fucked up this year. They made the play-in game, whatever. Luka, no way he was going on my first team. I put him second team. I cheated a little bit, though. I have him at forward. I put Jokic, Jimmy Butler, and Luka as my forwards. Because I think Luka's a fucking forward. I don't care that he dribbles the ball up and the offense runs through him. He's a big doughy guy who doesn't guard guards in the other team. It's Jokic brings the ball up for Denver and we consider him a center. Like, to me, Luka's a forward. It's stupid anyway. And then I had De'Aaron Fox and Drew Holiday as my second team guards. And I'm probably shooting a team high on Drew, and I don't care. People can fuck off.
All right, so I have Luka second. I have Fox second team. Butler, like, when you look at the Butler stuff, like 2 years ago when he was a third team argument, I ended up going with him. But I went, man, it's like it feels a little cheating because he played less games. And so a lot of the metrics were awesome. But now this year he played a lot and they were even better. I mean, the one thing with Butler, whether it's Atlanta or whoever gets Miami in the playoff series, like, you have to tell your defenders to be more disciplined on his up fake shit around the rim because he gets the call all the time. Look at his free throw rate this year. So that led to a big spike in his efficiency, and he shot it from three, even though he doesn't shoot it very often. He shot it better than he generally has in the past. 35%.
He had almost nine free throws a game almost this year. 53% shooting. Like, his clutch numbers were great. He was really good, and I didn't think that team was very good.
No, they weren't. So he was a no-brainer. The only cheating I did here is I put Anthony Davis second team forward. I put Jokic center.
Interesting.
I mean, to me, that's not nearly as bad. Like, Luka doesn't play forward.
He's not a guard.
He sure looks like a guard.
What guard does he go? Would you have him guarding Drew Holiday?
I wouldn't have him guarding Doc Holiday, okay, if I could get away with it. But he doesn't guard guards,
Here's why I put him at forward, because I knew I wanted to have a Nick, and unless Luka was at forward, I had to pick Julius Randle over Brunson. And I just think Brunson was the most important Nick this year. I actually don't even think it's really an argument. And putting Luka forward allowed me to put Brunson in at third team guard, which is really what I cared about, and not have Randall. I know Randall's stats are great. I know he's had some good games, but he's not totally my type of guy. I respected the season, but if I have a choice between him and Brunson, I'd rather reward Brunson. The clutch stuff with Brunson was nuts. The way that he changed the demeanor of that team was really special. Like, that was a really fucked up franchise that especially ended games, and he just something about what he did for them, I almost don't even think you can put in stats. So I had for third team, I had Sabonis, I had Jaylen Brown, I have LeBron James, I have Jalen Brunson, I have Steph Curry.
All right, yeah, we got some difference.
I figured the third team was hard.
So we both have Steph. We both have Jaylen Brown. We both have Sabonis. Sabonis is a layup on this one.
Yep.
The Jaylen stuff, his metrics are bad. He didn't get to the free throw line enough, and turns it over too much. But if you think about how long the list has to be of guys, hey, we need a bucket right now, the list is not that long before you get to Jaylen Brown. Like, that's just how good he was, especially when, like, everybody else sucked. And, like, Tatum had some big counting stretches there for a few weeks. Like, Jaylen was kind of the guy. So it's still the second best team in the NBA. I have no problem with putting Jaylen down on there. This is where you're probably going to push back a little bit. I felt like at guard at this point.
Wait, can we hold on Jalen for 1 second?
Yeah, sure.
Because there's some on-off stuff with him that I think is the way you ding it. If you're saying like, no, he actually wasn't all NBA. Look at the on-off metrics, all that stuff. First of all, their bench was awesome, and that's always going to skew the on-off metrics the same way. Like Denver's bench was not good, so Jokic looks even better when he's on-off. I just think Boston was the second best team in the league. And the biggest reason was because of those two guys. And if Tatum didn't have it one night, Brown always had a way of stepping up. Like he's just, the two guys together were the Celtics and then the role players. But every team they had to play, it was a huge game for the other team. And you got to carry that for 6 months. And those two guys were the ones that carried it. They got a pretty crappy Marcus Smart season, and I think the fact that White was able to step up really helped them, but Rob didn't play really at all. They couldn't count on him the whole year. Horford, they started really being careful with the last 2 months of the season, but Brown and Tatum were the constants. And I really think it's important with the All-NBA to have the two guys from the two best teams if you can do it. That's why I wanted Holiday and Jalen. So, all right. So what was your third team guard that we disagreed on?
Dame.
Yep. Okay. I
didn't love it.
I'm not against it.
But the team sat him down. And his offensive season's like incredible. And since the team's the one that shut him down, I felt like I was dinging something really special by not putting him on third team, where that's where the Brunson part of this kind of sucked. And then I didn't know what to do with Randall. And then my last forward spot, I went with Lauri Markkanen because that team wanted them to lose towards the end and we're sitting him down. He was so fucking good this year, man. He's my most improved player too over Shai, just because I feel like with Lowry, I wasn't sure what it was going to be. Hey, nice player, makes some threes, good size and whatever. And now it's like, holy shit, this guy's going to be a max dude and was the go-to guy on a team that was exceeding expectations for 80% of the season. Once Utah tried to, recalculate what their expectations were here for the rest of it. So, third team, this is again where you have some standards. You're way more married to the one-loss record thing than I am when it comes to the third team stuff, where
I just think I personally
I'm surprised you went LeBron.
Well, first of all, he was really good when he had the right people around him. He got to my 55 game limit, and I just felt like he's one of the best forwards in the league, right? KD was the one I had the biggest struggle with. I was like, do I actually break all my rules and is it his fault that he got hurt twice? But 47 is just not enough. The Dame thing, he only played 58 games. I just feel like most of the games that he played didn't really matter. That wasn't a good team. I think this was reminding me of the Beal Wizard season when Beal got 30 a game, and it was like that team was never good. And if you are a really good scorer and you want to score a lot of points on a team that's going nowhere, you can do it.